This is Nancy Vandermeer, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Welcome to your hometown news. I'm April Frelke with my co-host Nick Kaufman. And Nick, I have to give you a compliment from one of our viewers.
Oh, really?
So I went to the body shop to do a takeout order because the burner burger is getting popular in my house.
And Brian was here last week.
Yes, and, well, 2 weeks ago. But I walked in to pick up, and Randy, one of our viewers, gave you a compliment. Randy loves Nick, so Randy, thank you for the compliment. I'm sharing that with you.
Hey, how are you doing
He thinks you
now?
do a great job.
You know, we're in our 8th week of this Corona newscast thing.
It's the COVID-19 week 8.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. How are you doing? Hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there. I'm feeling okay. I share with people how I feel.
Okay.
I try to exercise every day.
Very good.
And slow down a little. Like I was starting to overdo it too, like do too much, and I just need to breathe.
Yeah.
How about you, Nick?
Well, you've pointed that out, and I think it's a good observation. It's a good time to just slow down our pace, you know, and take all the advantages of slowing down. Start to smell the roses, as they say. So, hey, we're coming out of the woods on this thing, and so just a little bit more patience for the viewers. Keep tuning in to Lynxx 24.
A little bit more weight.
What do we got this week?
Well, this Connect 24 is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Rudig Jensen in New Lisbon, and Moulter's Fresh Market in Tomah. The Tomah Tractor Pull has a huge economic impact on Tomah and Monroe County. Nick and I have been there and interviewed pullers from as far away as Norway. The pull is the highlight to many people's summer, and sadly, due to the coronavirus, the tractor pull has been canceled because of that. Well, our first guest is on the board of the Monroe County Agricultural Society and helps head up the Tomah Tractor Pull, and he joins us live here in studio to our program. So we want to welcome David Kuehl to our program. David, great to have you.
Hi,
Thanks
David.
for
How are
coming
you?
in.
Good.
Thank you.
Hey, I got an immediate question for you. I'm sure you'll be sharing with us how you guys come to this decision, but what kind of pushback are you getting with now canceled?
So you have two questions in there, Nick.
Is there two questions in
Yeah.
there? Sort them out.
Okay, the pushback, we have had a few spectators that negative publicity on our social media posts.
Okay.
Nothing major. A lot of our sponsors are behind us. How did we come to the decision? For the last month, we've been meeting weekly on Zoom, doing virtual meetings. This was not a easy decision.
I'll bet.
It affects, we have to look out for spectators as well as pullers, and then our community. We do not want to bring people in that may have the coronavirus and unaware of it and infect our community as well.
Yeah.
How many?
Go ahead.
What's the number impact that for people coming into the community?
Spectators. I mean,
Spectators, pullers. What's the amount of people that kind of descend on Tomah?
Spectators, pullers, 80,000 to 85,000 over a 3-day time period.
ooh, wow. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's a large number of people.
Yes.
It's a huge impact.
Basically from every state, and then Canada, Europe, as you'd mentioned earlier.
Sure.
But that would have been limited this year with our European pullers.
Yeah, that almost has a kind of a similar impact to the Olympics. You know, they've had to cancel the Olympics for similar reasons. We forget, being local, that all these people coming in. Remember how we interviewed many of them from overseas and around the country. So you got that. Oh, wow.
What's the feedback you're getting from the pullers, David?
The pullers are supportive. However, they just want to pull. That was part of our polling community. We reached out to several pullers. We had some that were coming from a ways away that declined to come this year because of the virus.
Okay, so that played into some of your decision too, maybe.
A little bit, and then the amount of spectators. But overall, you got to look at, you don't want to put on just a partial show. You want to put a good show on for all the spectators and have as many pullers as possible. and still still be responsible in health for everyone.
What's the impact economically for the
Oh my
counties?
gosh. Great question.
For the what are we losing out on, I guess?
On our demographic survey that we did 3 years ago, it was $5 million that we brought into the area.
Oh, wow.
And I know every small business in Tomah is suffering now. Hotels are suffering, and without the tractor pull, it just puts another heavy hit on the surrounding area as well as Tomah.
How are you feeling personally about it all, Dave?
I tell you what, Monday night at our meeting was a tough decision. There's 8 of us on the board, and I don't think there was a dry eye because this was our 45th year. I had some big plans, but next year we'll be back strong as can be.
Wow. Now, what else is the Agricultural Society putting on this year?
Each year the Monroe County Ag Society puts on the Tractor Pull and the Monroe County Fair.
Oh, okay. And now, are you guys having meetings on the fair?
As of right now, the fair is still a go.
Good,
And
okay.
we're still hoping that we can put that on as well.
Dave, you said that this was the 45th annual. Will then next year be the 45th annual? Will you be able to celebrate that?
That is our goal.
Right? Because you kind of
Oh, that's
skip a
interesting.
year.
You're going to
It'll
skip a
still
year,
be the
but it'll still be
45th.
the 45th time that you've
Yes.
done it. That's interesting. Okay, good. Now, where are those hats? What do the staff bring our hats over? Talk to me about the hats. These hats are going to be collector's items.
This year's are. And hopefully we can come up with a creative design for next year as well. We went with the red, white, and blue theme. Says 45 on the front of the bill and then 2020 on the side.
Wow.
Nick, you want to wear it, don't you? Look at the American flag on that.
Let me take a look.
I put it on, but I don't want to ruin my
Your
TV
hair? Okay, look at this. Is so that's
Yes.
fantastic. And it's got 2020 on the back. Oh, these are definitely going to be a collector's item. Okay, may I have one of these?
You sure can.
Thank you. Okay, and viewers, just hold back. Okay, if you want anything, call the studio. We'll see
David,
what we can
how
do
many
for you.
years have you been a part of the Tractor Pull involved with this?
6 years I've been involved in sponsorship.
Okay.
I do the sponsorship, which is talking to our sponsors, lining up who's going to partake in our event as far as local sponsors and also large Budweiser.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't it called the Tomah Tractor Pull, right? There's
Correct.
Yeah.
Right now, there's going to be other polls around the country, though, aren't there?
Yes, correct. We are the second largest in the United States,
Right.
and we are kind of like the Daytona 500. We kick off the pulling season every year.
Okay. Okay, good. So we're going to miss that, but some of the rest of the season is going to go on.
We hope so.
Okay. Is there an opportunity at all, since we're not having it, to do anything in that time period? You know, work on the fairgrounds or work on something or.
Funny you should mention that. As we speak, they are laying new blacktop to half of the fairgrounds right now.
Oh, okay.
That was going to be part of our improvements for this year. The city is doing a wonderful job out there because that is a city park, and it's going to look amazing.
Yeah,
Great.
that's good.
David,
Good.
thank you for coming in and taking
Yeah,
time
it's good.
joining Nick and I.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks.
Well,
Thank you.
Looking
Thanks so
forward to
much.
45th next year.
Up next, Healthcheck 360 with a view from Tomah Health's Emergency Operations Command Center. Stay tuned. The catering for cast and crew has been provided by Marco's Italian and American Grill and Warrens. They offer their full menu for carryout and their brick oven pizza.
Moulter's family-owned store brings you fresh. Feel healthy with a wide selection of organic foods, gluten-free products, certified Black Angus beef, and handmade brats. Moulter's has a great selection of meats, so choosing can be tough. Just ask our butcher to help you make the perfect selection. Moulter's brings you fresh-packed deli meals for those on the go. And of course, our fresh market. Download our mobile app and start saving money today. Moulter's brings you fresh.
You want it, we'll find it, you got it. Price match and relax. That's the Rudick Jensen deal, sealed with a platinum level membership. Oil changes, done. Tires, brakes, alignment, all done. Car wash, you got it. Rudick Jensen Auto Mall, New Lisbon. Check out our inventory online at rudickjensen.com.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Tomah Health has provided quality care for our community since 1952. We are here to support our community now more than ever in these challenging times.
I'm Jerry Fucianis. I'm a physician assistant on acute care services for Tomah Health. We provide a full gamut of services, much like you would expect at any major medical center. What we've done at Tomah Health now is we've taken what we used to do wonderfully and we've made it even better. Tomah Health, together in care.
Relax at Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Hello, I'm Colonel Eric Peterson, commander of the 115th Fighter Wing, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Planning is an essential for any type of emergency, and especially during the current COVID-19 pandemic. On this episode of Healthcheck 360, we are talking with Tomah Health Emergency Preparedness Specialist James Newlun from the hospital's Emergency Operations Center at Tomah Health. So welcome, James Newlun, and glad to have you with us, with Nick and I.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice to be with you.
Now, I have a question for you, and that is that is this the Health Emergency Center? Is this Operations Center new, or has this been around now since you opened up the hospital?
The Emergency Operations Center that I'm in is new. It was built here in this facility prior to us arriving here, but this is upgrade from our previous facility for sure.
And so tell us what are the capabilities that you have there?
Well, a lot of the capabilities that we have in this room, the Emergency Operations Center, we're able to, with radios, we're able to communicate with multi-agencies, other hospitals, fire, EMS, law enforcement, dispatch. Some of the capabilities with the radio, we could pretty much, we've done radio tests where we could speak with people all the way down into Janesville to practice our communications. During this event, though, we've utilized the technology that's in here to have meetings just like this, where we talk to state, federal, and local partners. So, and with also the phone setups that are also in this room as well, really help us during these type of events.
James, how has the facility aided in specifically the response to COVID-19?
As far as aided, well, we've been doing our own planning and putting things in place for a while. That'd be equipment and that type of thing. Some of the equipment that we have in this room, we were able to get through HERT funding that helped assist purchasing like some of the screens that you see behind me, some of the radio technology that's in this room. But most of the funding right now for this room was already done prior to this event ever even happening.
Right. Now, I can understand how you can communicate with a lot of the other resources around the state and the county, but what about the patients themselves? How are they benefiting from this center?
Well, this center, basically what happens in here, there's a lot of planning that takes place in this room, a lot of decisions, and that all comes down when we're talking about the things that happen in here. We're looking at patient safety, we're looking at our staff safety, we're looking at how we're going to handle these different situations that could be coming our way, especially like COVID. We had to make some changes and add screening processes. A lot of those decisions took place in this room with managers and administration and our incident command. So this room has been utilized as a a very significant piece of the planning, but also the implementation of the changes that are needed to happen for safety for our patients.
And so it sounds like you're both proactive, but also the ability to be reactive. So, I mean, what would be an example of some of the more reactive ways in which you've operated?
So as far as reactive, this our emergency operations center, even in the past, we've had surges and that type of thing. So we can stand this room up, even if it wasn't operational. We can have this room operational less than basically 10 minutes and fully operational in 30. With that, we can start addressing issues that are dealing with surge. So we can be very reactive. The type of incident that we're dealing with now is been more long-term. And so some of it we've been able to plan and try to get ahead of and think it through prior to dealing with any type of surge. But as far as reactive, we've been able to do that with previous incidents.
Wow, that's great.
James, thank you so much for taking time to join us this evening.
You betcha. Thank you.
Up next.
Yeah, take care.
Thanks. Up next, we have our good friend Laurie Graber from the Sparrow's Nest at the Abbey coming up next.
Tomah Health has provided quality care for our community since 1952. We are here to support our community now more than ever in these challenging times.
I'm Jerry Fucianis. I'm a physician assistant on acute care services for Tomah Health. We provide a full gamut of services, much like you would expect at any major medical center. What we've done at Tomah Health now is we've taken what we used to do wonderfully and we've made it even better. Tomah Health, together in care.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Abbey Auto Body and Glass, a division of Rudig Jensen in New Lisbon, can handle everything from major auto and truck body damage to windshield replacements, filling chips, dents, and door dings. Featuring a 46-foot custom paint booth for boats, RVs, trailers, you name it, if it fits, we can paint it. State-of-the-art facility, aluminum repair certified, all makes and models, foreign and domestic, all insurance companies welcome. Rest assured, repairs will be done right the first time, on time. Call Abbey Auto Body and Glass in New Lisbon today.
This is going to be good.
Dr. Doolittle. You can talk to animals.
Yes. We just belong together. Welcome aboard.
What kind of polar bear works on their tan?
Well, wait, are you even a bird? What bird stuff can you do?
Well, what bear stuff can you do? You win this round.
What's the worst that can happen? Oh, it's beautiful to die.
Doolittle. Watch it now.
Hi, I'm Josh Tully from The Josh Tully Show. You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
National Day of Prayer is May 7th, and we are joined by Laurie Graber from the Sparrow's Nest at the Abbey to talk about this year's event. Welcome, Laurie, tonight on the Lynxx with us.
Hi, Laurie. This is Nick Kaufman here. How are you tonight?
I'm good, Nick. I'm April. How are you?
We are wonderful. Listen, you know, with everything being canceled, you know, left and right here, tell us what's going on with the National Day of Prayer coming up.
Well, the National Day of Prayer, we are holding it. We hold it every year, and we partner with the ministerial associations from Sparta and Tomah, and so we will be holding the National Day of Prayer at the Sparrow's Nest at the Abbey this year. We'll be doing a prayer walk.
And tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, the theme of National Day of Prayer, it is pray for God's glory across the earth, and it's based off of the scriptures of Habakkuk 2:14, which is, for the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea.
Oh, and Laurie, why the walk part of it? Is that just to keep? Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we're not able to gather inside the building yet. And so we've had to do some revising of our event. We're still going to be open from 8 in the morning until 7 p.m. for people to come out and enjoy the prayer walk path. And we've had some challenges this year with the COVID not allowing us to do our evening program as we have done in the past. And it also, this year, we won't have that extra little community touch that we have with, being able to hug or hold hands in prayer from that standpoint.
So the way this sounds like it's going to work is you're still open for the day, and people show up, but you're going to guide them through the walk path and probably try to have them keep distance and that kind of stuff. Is that about right?
That's correct. The walk path will actually be marked, and there'll be markers every 6 to 7 feet apart. So that'll kind of help them, guide them through the distancing restrictions that we have. And per the county health director, she's asked us to maintain that 6-foot distancing and that having no more than 9 individuals in a group at any given time.
Oh, very nice. And that's very manageable for you. And this will be on a Thursday too, right?
Right. It's the National Day of Prayer is always on the first Thursday in May. And so this year it happens to fall on May 7th.
Laurie, can you tell our viewers a little bit about the Abbey that they might not know? Because you've got a lot of space out there too, right? I mean,
yes.
Can you just give us the details on the location?
Well, the Abbey is about 5 miles outside of Sparta. We're actually just a few miles from the intersection of where I-90 exit 28 is, and we're kind of a kitty corner across the street from the Fort McCoy Stone Gates. So we're on, our address is actually 17304 Havenwood Road, Sparta, Wisconsin. So, and there are signs along Highway 16 directing you to the Sparrow's Nest as well. The Sparrow's Nest itself is a 3-story building. It's about 18,000 square feet in space, and we partner with Family Promise of Monroe County holding their day center, and right now we don't have a family using the day center. So with the COVID restrictions, things are pretty quiet. Our groups for March and April, we've rescheduled many of those. Some have canceled or postponed until next year. But we've worked with the health department and with the county sheriff to make sure we weren't violating any of the COVID restrictions, so that we have their approval to be able to go ahead and do our walking prayer path.
Yeah, that's wonderful that you can still hold that event. And then under normal circumstances, you usually hold retreats out there also?
We do hold retreats. We do family reunions. We were planning on having the Walk Through the Bible, which is an educational day, and that was originally scheduled for Saturday, May 30th, but we had to postpone that to Saturday, September 19th, and because of the COVID restrictions.
Right, that's great. Well, thank you.
Laurie, thank you for joining us, and good luck with your National Day of Prayer on May 7th. We have to take a break. Moments in History is next.
Thank you.
Relax at Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, Wisconsin.
When you're underwater for months at a time, some things are just out of your control.
Do you really think that was an earthquake?
No. We drilled to the bottom of the ocean, and we don't know what came out. Oh my God.
Underwater. Rent before Netflix and Redbox on Lynxx Networks. Video on demand.
You're watching Lynxx 24.
Connecting you to the community.
Well, now it's time for Moments in History. And you viewers out there should know a little bit about this anyhow. Often titled the father of the country, George Washington served as commander of the Continental Army during the American Revolution. Of course, you all know that. And he became the first president of the United States, and you all know that too. You might not know, however, though, in his youth, Washington joined the colonial militia in the first stages of the French and Indian War. And by the way, that war wasn't the French and Indian against each other. They were both on the same side. And the following year, the Second Continental Congress made him commander-in-chief in the Revolution. Now, in this position, Washington is praised for his selection and supervision of his generals, preservation and command of the Army, and coordination with the Congress, the state governors, and their own militia, and his attention to supplies, logistics, and training. Wow, that's quite a bit. After the Revolution, he resigned as commander-in-chief to prove his commitment to American republicanism. He was chosen to lead the Constitutional Convention to decide the new government's form. And then, at that point, is when he was elected as first president. On this day, in April 30th, 1789. So George Washington at that time was inaugurated as the first president of the United States. I believe that was done in New York, actually. The inauguration, occurred in New York. That's right there on the screen. There are no such thing as Washington, D.C. back then. An inaugural procession to the Federal Hall began at noon. Washington left the presidential residence accompanied by members of Congress, department heads, and other military figures. He was wearing a relatively simple suit, which he had made from cloth manufactured in Connecticut. At the time, most textiles were imported, but Washington wanted to wear something American. I hope it will not be a great while before it will be unfashionable for a gentleman to appear in any other dress. Washington wrote the Marquis de Lafayette at about the time that indeed, he included, we have already been too long subjects to British prejudices. As a result, the suit that Washington wore on that important day was a modest brown woolen suit. Washington's term in office saw the creation of a number of fundamental institutions and conventions that helped build the fledgling state. This included supporting Alexander Hamilton's creation of the National Bank and the introduction of the cabinet system. He refused to govern for a third term, retired to his home in Mount Vernon, where he died in 1799. And there you have it.
And isn't that great that he wanted an American-made suit?
Isn't that something else?
And that's how it first started.
Hey, I have another quickie for you.
Okay.
On this day in 1938, it was the first time that Bugs Bunny appeared in a cartoon. It was in a Porky Pig cartoon, okay? And this bunny rabbit came out of the hole and said, "What's up, Doc?" And that began, a long history of Bugs Bunny. Just wanted to let you know, April 30th of 1938. Plus, of course, all of George Washington's major accomplishments. I mean, the man was quite impressive.
And he's very humble. Not wanting to serve a third term. And that idea of that American republicanism kind of inspires me when I go back and kind of study more a little bit about George Washington.
Kind of defined what a patriot was, isn't he?
He really did.
He really did. You betcha.
Yeah.
Hey, nice show.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah.
And the poor tractor pull, that's
disappointing. We're all going to miss the tractor pull, but hey, we're going to be a healthier city for it. So.
Yes, we will. So they're doing a great job. Well, we want to thank all of you for joining us this week on your Hometown News. Nick?
Where we are connecting you to the community.